Finally, we have another review of Zeekr on our channel. I miss them so much, and today we have a very cool, new, huge competitor for other Chinese cars, the Zeekr 9X. As for the exterior, the dimensions are length over 5 meters. It's 2 meters wide and height is 1.82 meters. By the way, it looks incredibly beautiful and it's really huge. Many of you complained about this part, but don't worry, more cars will be released. A lot of things will change. There will be options. You will be able to make it black, and surely there will be more other options. Fully aluminum body. The headlights, if you look closer, they're just incredible. They look just like crystals. So beautiful. LiDAR, and on top of the roof we have a mount for a roof rack. There are also many wheels variations. This is not the only one. This beauty has 3 versions: Max, Ultra, and Hyper. These versions will differ in the numbers of motors. For example, 2 electric motors or 2 electric motors and an internal combustion engine, or 3 electric motors. Also, of course, the battery 55 kW per hour or 70 kW per hour. Range of 1,160 kilometers or 1,200 kilometers. Acceleration to 100, either 3.1 seconds in the top version and in the other two, 3.9 seconds. By the way, the maximum speed of this beast will be as much as 240 kilometers per hour. And this version is a 6-seater. More precisely, 2 rows of rear seats. They plan to release a version that will be more expensive. It will have 4 seats, but it will be the absolute top of the line car. And we have a second part of the trunk, which we open. Everything opens very smoothly. Here we have, of course, an organizer. It can hold up to 300 kg. And with the rear seats folded, the maximum trunk volume is 2,400 liters. Look, here we have an outlet and seat controls. You can fold, move, more precisely, the seats themselves, or fold them down. And suspension control, of course. That's our trunk. Finally, the interior of Zeekr. As usual, like in all Zeekr cars, is just top notch. Very soft, very comfortable. I specifically moved back as far as possible. As for the seat settings, I cannot go any further. And you can see it for yourself. What it would be like if you were taller than me. I mean, I'm about 1.70 meters, and probably people taller than me will be comfortable here, but not super tall, giant basketball players. Next, above us we have Alcantara. It's all very pleasant to the touch. Of course, we have a mirror, very beautiful trim. Above, there is an SOS button and light. You can open the roof, the sunroofs themselves, the curtains. The rear view mirrors is also a rear view camera. Right now I turned it off. Now I turn it on and I can see again what's happening behind us. The screen. Look at this beauty. You can customize all the driving modes to your liking. Suspension levels. I think it lowers by almost 30 centimeters at minimum. It raises up, so that's pretty good. And automatically lowers itself on highways. The passenger has the same screen. Of course, not such wide access to functions, but you get karaoke. You can play games with the joystick, lots of apps. You can do whatever you want on a long trip. You can customize absolutely everything. You can also set up a screen for the rear seats, but more on that later. By the way, the speakers are like in a Bentley, so we're looking at a high level. Here we have the gear selector. It's made behind the steering wheel. Also, a minimal number of buttons, but they're quite functional. You can customize them for yourself. Which button controls what? The seat controls are solidly on the door panel, and on the door panel there is also a driver's glove box. You can put something in there. Under the screen, On the dashboard, we even have buttons, very convenient by the way. Minimal effort needed. Here we have air control, hazard lights, and so on. And 2 wireless charging pads, suspension controls. The most necessary buttons are right here. No need to dig into the screen for all of the functions. Beautiful, just beautiful, this little gem. Let's open the armrest box. It's not deep at all, here it is already. And here we have 2 ports, as usual, Type-C. Here's a little shelf, we move aside the 2 cup holders, simple, but everything else is here. In the luxurious second, don't need in the luxurious second. In the luxurious second row of seats, where there is a lot of space, of course, just like in the front, for the driver and passenger. There is heating, ventilation, and seat massage. By the way, the massage here really needs. It's very strong and there are a ton of modes. They'll insert a video now. If you press, not only are there 3 levels of massage itself, but there are also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 massage modes. You can switch as much as you want. Massage yourself in any way you like. Seat controls are here, ventilation and heating as well, as usual, below. And what's on the door panel? On the door panel, as usual, roof controls and window controls. First, there is double glazing here. Second, there is this amazing curtain. And what's the curtain for? To press this button. And from the 3rd row of the seats, we have this amazing little screen that would show us all sorts of the movies. Now it's coming out fully, opening up. Well, it's still happening pretty quickly. There is camera that opens and closes as usual. It's just as good. As front screens, absolutely the same. Play games, sing karaoke, anything you want. While the poor driver is driving, the 3 of you here can, or even 5 of you, sing songs, watch movies, play games, just chill, anything you like. Look, you have a bunch of apps. Choose whatever you want. You can even take photos. Very fun, very cool. Of course, zero gravity seats are also present in the back. The captain's chair has an ottoman. Of course, every passenger has cup holders. All of this moves apart, and these seats can rotate 180 degrees. We've already seen it in Zeekr Mix, where it's basically a dining room, not just a rare cabin. When passengers in the 3rd row and 2nd row can just set up a table, read, drink tea. So here you can also rotate the seats 180 degrees, and as you might have seen in our previous review on the car from Huawei, the Maestro, they had little mini smartphone here with which you could control the seats and the other features. Here we also have this function, but our little smartphone is already built in here. On the smartphone, we press the eject smartphone button and it comes out this easily. Now this panel will move away. You can insert it back somewhere. Well, it's hard to really call it a smartphone. By the way, it looks really neat. Obviously, you can't make calls with it. It's just a control panel. You can switch the multimedia, you can control the air, you can control the front passenger seat, the right passenger, the rear passenger. You can control everyone from here. You are the king. This remote actually makes you the king. Also, the sound is amazing. However, you can't control the screen with this smartphone, which is maybe a bit strange. Well, okay, now let's put this beauty back. It's very easy to do. Next, let's open the fridge. Here we go. And inside the fridge, we have a surprise. Some Slavic people might appreciate this. Alright, we've got some decorative wine here. It says whiskey, but just relax, sing karaoke with whiskey. That's very, very welcome. Just beautiful. Now let's go check out the 3rd row of seats. The last thing I'll show in the back seat, Sorry, I got carried away talking. I'm just absolutely delighted with the Zeekrs. Of course, you can add a little table here. Touch switch, light switch, of course. Just amazing. Air. You can open the door with a billion buttons. All right, now for sure, the third row. And of course, we haven't moved anything here. So right now in the third row, it's very, very spacious. Here we have Type-C port, lighting, cup holder, of course, seat adjustment, heating. Here we only have heating. You can also have control the sunshade above. Everything here is standard. There is space for additional mounts, for extra gadgets, devices. Here we have something like a wardrobe. The hook can be opened. They'll probably film it later, but there's a small space here. It can. Now it's time for me to say goodbye to this absolute beauty. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this car. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave comments. Drive safely and see you in the next video. Bye bye.